just had a little burp there. Sergeant America coming at you. Boom. Don't mean for this to be too quiet, but everybody is still asleep in the house. It's 4 in the morning. I got off of work, but I had some comic book thoughts. Wanted to get it out to everybody. Year in review, whatever. It's the first. So, Adventureman once again is on top of my list. The hardcover was amazing. I just loved all the work that Matt Fraction did in the writing. But really, Terry Dodson, Rachel Dodson on art, that's kind of where the big part of it was for me. I think June 10th, 2020 is actually when it started, but there's been continuous issues. I think we're about halfway, maybe, a little less than halfway into the second series. Keep in mind, if you get it either in hardcover or in issues, they put a peak, or they end the hardcover right before the finale, so that you have to buy the next hardcover to get that story. So, smart, evil, whatever you want to call it. I love the book. It is also huge. It's oversized. Two Moons, written by John Acuti and art by Valerino Giganandero. I'm sure I killed that one. Once again, just as amazing. Just started back up again. Two Moons is idea of Native American during Civil War. The main character is Native American. He's kind of like a shaman who was adopted by white settlers, and so he did not do a lot in his ways, and now is fighting monsters and that kind of stuff. And the next series is a little slightly different, but it's still good. It's really good about Wild West, Civil War time, that's your kind of thing. So, once again, a lot of my ideas and theories and whatever is just because I like some different stuff. So, take it with a grain of salt, but this is what really got to me this year. Midnight Western Theater. I actually missed issue 3, but otherwise, Louise Southard, writer, David Hahn, artist. It was just wonderful. I mean, the art was really great. It had kind of a weird A story that we get to is even weirder B story of vampires in the Wild West. It was just really different. I don't even really know, now that I'm thinking about it, what was going through my head. So, Scumbag by Rick Remender, and then a rotating artist. This one challenged me regularly. Like, they would make fun of liberal ideas, they make fun of conservative ideas, almost saying, you have to walk the middle line. Anything else is destructive to a society. So it was very interesting. The rotating artist I generally don't like, but I did like the way it was done. And by doing it so, it was able to be pumped out just about every week. So, every month. Shadecraft, written by Joe Henderson, art by Lack Garbett. That was a very interesting story of a young lady who's got powers over shadows. They're led to believe it has to do with her brother passing on, and there's government stuff involved too. So, a very good story. Echolands, just out of the water, amazing. J.H. Williams art, also written by him and W. Hayden Blademan. I also have terrible penmanship, so me reading this is not the greatest either. But the artwork, G.H. Williams alone is why I'm picking it up. Stray Dogs, written by Tony Fleece, art by Trish Forrester. Cutie little fun book is what it looks like. It's about a serial killer who kills women and takes their dogs. So that was a wild, wild story. So, and then there's still more. I mean, he kicked out an additional book just this last month, December. So it was really, really good. Um, Nice House on the Lake, James Tinian and Vero Bueno for an artist. It's a Black Label book, adult DC. So um, I'd actually heard multiple other people talked about it. Luckily, I was able to get second prints of everything, and now I'm caught up. Um, so it's kind of my independent stuff that and DC Black Label that I really enjoyed. Um, this year, I got fooled. I got fooled on Six Sidekicks of Trevor Keaton. I thought that would be a better book. A guy who's an actor, stuntman, mean to other stuntmen, just treats people like crap, gets murdered, and so his six sidekicks from TV shows, movies, try to figure out who did it. Kyle Starks write it. Chris Schuster is the artist. There was some funny background material in that in there, but it did not develop to the point that I wanted it to. And Fight Girls, Frank Cho and Sabian Rich. I think Sabian was also like assistant writer. Frank was the artist. I picked it up just for the art. Art was great, but it was a vanilla story. I mean, Frank does this to me almost every time. His Excalibur did the same thing. I really wanted that to be good. Um, Besides my independence, the big two, um, Thunderbolts. Early in the year, Rosenberg was the writer. Juan Fiera was artist. Really enjoyed that. That was King of Black, I think, was the storyline that was tied to it. It was good. It was good. I enjoyed it still. Uh, I have big hopes for A Righteous Thirst of Vengeance. Rick Remender's the writer. Andrea Lima Argio is the artist. It's a superb story about assassins, maybe, contract killers, and who they attack. So I'm really looking forward to more on what's going on with that. I think we're only 3 issues in. It's caught me, hooked me. Heathens by Cullen Bunn, and a writer, and Sam Kivel as the art. It was also co-written with Heath Amendo. This is killers who have gone to hell, and then somehow hell has lost them into the real world. So the devil assigns, like, I think 6 of them. It's like Billy the Kid, She, the woman pirate, trying to think who else is it, Lucky Luciano, some other people that are known for their killing and that kind of stuff are going after the, like, Jack the Ripper and that, and it's an interesting and fun take on the story so far. I've enjoyed it, and we'll see how that goes. It's one of my big hopes this year. Nostalgia really hooked me. I picked up a bunch of Warlord 1957 and on Mike Grell books. Mike Grell did the artwork and the writing. And this is stuff that my brothers had given me. And of course, I'd lost in moving from when I was much younger to now. But I'm able to purchase a lot of the old issues through my comic book store, and it was really nice. I enjoyed picking up Dear Supervillains. Michael Northrop was the writer. Gustav Darte was the artist. Really enjoyed that. That was Gustav had done the books on Bizarro during, like, the DCU right after the New 52. So loved that artwork. It was just a fun little book that could be used for kids or kids at heart. It's very small novella sized book. And then Strange Academy. Scotty Young was a writer, and Humberto Ramos was the artist. Humberto Ramos as an artist I really appreciate, really like. And that storyline has hooked me, so I've been enjoying it. Just it's kind of like Avengers Academy, a bunch of that where, you know, new young characters that are tied to characters we already know are introduced, and hijinks ensued. So enjoyable. I'll have to rewatch this video and see if I want to post it. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. Happy New Year. Catchphrase.